that crazy Rick doing now? Well, I had it in my head that since the water was low, it might be interesting to take a peek back here. So, oh my gosh, look at this. Those poor guys. There's probably 100 fish in there. But I can see another pool up there. So I've never seen this dry, so I just thought, God, this fly would leave me alone. Lots and lots of flies. Okay. I've never been up this way. There's always water in here. And you can see all the fish activity in here. Not sure what the best way across this is. How likely do you think it is I'm going in? Oh, good. So yeah, it's dreadfully hot. I've been curious. I was four-wheeling a couple months back, and I could see that this looked kind of really interesting up here. And since there's hardly any water, this might be the easiest way to get back through here. Looks like that's a recent deadfall. Only because I took down that piece of poison ivy with it. It's really fascinating to see how the trees have grown around the rocks. Not a lot's moved through here. Oh boy. This is completely dry. If there were fish in here, they're in that little tablespoon right there. Really interesting rock. How interesting can a rock be, Rex? Yeah, there's always, can't always be if there isn't any right now. Pretty much always water flowing through here. In fact, I've never seen it like this. I don't know what this is like when this is probably full of water, but with the gravel basin, it's probably just dried up. And there's probably dead fish bits over there. Blue jay. Yeah, look at the size of these boulders through here. It's hot. I think currently at this time it's 103 or something. So as you can imagine, this is not the most enjoyable hike. But you rarely get an opportunity to walk through this stream bed like this. Yeah, look at. There's the old water pipe that I was telling you about. So there's a spring coming out of the ground, and this is part of the water pipe that they use to take water from one side of the canyon out of the spring bed to the other side. Oh, good, there is water. With any luck. Holy crap, look at that guy. We're going to try not to interrupt his day. Yeah. That is going to be the thing to watch out for. These guys are, well, it's probably a great place to hang out. Huh. It's really bizarre. I'm going to try not to... Oh, jeez. Could fit a human body in that cavity. It's crazy. You can see it's a tree that they use this rope probably to get the thing across. I have a pocket knife. I'm going to try to cut that on the way back, but let's make some headway before I start doing things. If you're wondering, I'm carrying a Colt 1911 45 ACP in the event that I run into anything unsavory. Wow, look at this. You can tell it's like it's got this chalky, covering over where the water is probably there all year long. Some rocks have really interesting features about them, don't they? I'm trying to stay situationally aware, so you'll have to forgive me if I seem a little distracted at times. or if I'm aiming the camera in a bad direction. Look at the size of that tree. I don't know if you can see that this is part of its root over here. It's not rock, that's root, as well as over here. And of course this big thing. See, that's what I mean. If you look at these rocks through here. Lots and lots of rocks with interesting features and featurettes. Yeah, look at this basin right here. These poor guys. There's a couple that are pretty good size in there. I'm still just amazed by this tree though, and the size of these boulders. All right, I'm gonna go that way around because, well, I'm afraid of snakes. Look at the size of these boulders. Plus, it would be cool to touch this tree. Not dry enough to kill that moss, apparently. There's a cave up there. It's probably hard to see. I'm not going to explore that. Not today, anyway. Well, I started to say that I was four-wheeling up a couple months back, and I observed from up high what looked like a waterfall, which probably is not there now. It was very small anyway. A trickling pool of water that spilled over the edge into this stream bed. There's a crayfish in there. The fish are really, or the flies are really bugging me. Probably the only thing that has moisture out here, except for these. The letter C. This hike through the woods has been brought to you by the letter C. Letter. Okay. This is where I stoop down and go under. Yeah, look at those poor fish in there. Oh! Okay, that is an unhappy snake. Yeah, I told you there. He's saying, hey, I saw this pond. If he's a rattlesnake. He doesn't seem to have a rattle. This is why it's really good to be situationally aware. I mean, you can be caught off guard by the beautiful sights and everything. But you do need to pay attention a little bit. And right now, these little pools of water are very important to to just about any living creature. And that may include coyotes and bears and mountain lions. And I think I breathed in a moth or something. I don't know how far back I actually would need to go. I see a bottle. Going to collect that. I suppose I might just set it on a rock in the center here. I'll pick it up on the way back, or it'll wash downstream. And most likely I'll pick it up on the way back, so I don't plan on going any other direction back. I don't see any snakes, but they are not the easiest to find, are they? Damn flies. I'm thinking I won't be videoing on the way back down simply because I want my hands free. And I want to get through this as fast as possible. Seeing 2 snakes that clearly look to have fangs and all that. That's an interesting shelf right there. Huh. You know, there was a road that I was thinking I would not uncover, but I wonder if that's where it goes. It's a good place for a snake. I got. It's hot. I don't know how much further it is. Oh. It's very rocky through here. As you can tell by this apartment-sized boulder. Oh, that fish is one about 8 inches. There it goes. No, that's not him. He's sprung behind the. Oh, whatever. You gotta be thinking we're getting close to where I saw that. Look at how intense this is, though. And I'm terrified of finding a snake the wrong way. Of course, they seem to like the water. So, and we're going to stay away from too many crevices. You can just imagine how much water flows through here from that bank all the way over to that bank, and this being about 6 feet lower. Actually, I might go this way. I was thinking I would go that way. It looks safer. This way looks interesting with the rock formations, and they're big and they look like they all connect. That may have been the cliff I was looking at when I was peering off over the edge one day. Believe it or not, that's about 6 feet down. This is wild. Oh, it's so weird. This rock here. Oh, I was thinking to myself I would go up to one of those rocks over there, I think. I thought I would turn around I go a little bit further. So I'm told that they actually have fencing all around my property. So in theory, I should know when I reach the end of my property. It should be obvious, perhaps even painfully obvious. It's another interesting rock right there. I can actually hear hummingbirds. Oh, nope. Those are clicking frogs. Can't be sure why. It looks like a fossil, but harder to tell. I think it's just up there what I saw. I hope, because I don't really... It's a big dead tree. Must be great up here, the sound of the water. Oop. Another snake. He's big. I'd heard diamondbacks have been genetically losing their rattle. And that kind of looked like a diamondback to me. I might have to do my quick checks. I was going to take another picture, but he didn't look like the kind of guy I wanted to really disturb too much. So now these are fossils of I don't know about that, but this is the scales off of old ancient trees. I might have to, let's see. Well, it's dry, but that's scat from probably a coyote. Could be a fox. That's a waterfall looking thing, or a sequence of waterfalls. Not what I had thought I saw. But I'm afraid I may not get up there. I can see the terrain gets a good bit harder up ahead. I've already encountered 3 snakes that all appear to be potential rattlers. I hear if you get a snake bite that you don't have to panic and all that. You do need to get to a hospital. But you have hours. Not something I really care to test. I heard something. Oh, it's a skink. No, it's actually looking pretty close to what I thought it should look like. Fence. And it was close to what I perceived as the fence line, so pretty wild back in here, isn't it? Scared the hell out of me. Now that is a blue racer. I don't know if you can see him over there. Fucking scared the bejesus out of me. I mean, you know, it gets this hot and even reptiles, I guess, are trying to find some moisture. And they need it too, right? More tree scales. Boy, the carving, the way the water came through it, carved that out, it's pretty wild. Yep, another snake right there. You can see he's got, yeah, I'd be betting that's a diamondback. And you can see those poor fish right there. He's got the best spot. Oh my. Just an FYI. It's more than one. We are gonna go further away from this. Christ. With this dead tree here, it's hard to get around it. I might be able to scale it. Maybe it's better to go that way around. I'm going to try not to make too big of a stink with these snakes there. Yeah, see that, guys? Oh, sorry. Squaring me up. All right. Oops, sorry. Yeah, anywhere that there's water, it's a good idea to pay a lot of attention. And then these cracks and grouses are also hugely important. So my property, I actually might be trespassing, but I should have run into the fence. I thought it went through here, but maybe for obvious reasons it doesn't. And I see the moisture here. Good spot for snakes, right? So we're going to try to go up and around, I think this way. Keeping a very attentive eye for snakes. So you see that little trickle right there. So there's water coming out of the ground. That's pretty cool. Nothing for the snakes to eat. That, I think, is it up there. Okay, we are going to go a little further. I feel very nervous about this adventure. Look at this. Isn't this amazing over here? heard something sound like a little squeak. In an area like this is where I'd be afraid of, like, okay. I am gonna chamber real quick. Hang on a second. Alright, I'm chambered. I've got the safety on. But I see these cracks and crevices, which is scarier areas. It's like stairs. Yeah, this is what I saw. This is so cool. So this, my understanding, is actually on my property. I 100% don't know. I'm not GPSing right now. This is about 30 feet across. 25, 30 feet. A big, enormous flat basin with a huge shelf underneath it. Now that little step there is, so underneath there, that shelf is probably two feet high. So that whole, up to that first ledge is a good 4 feet. I'm not going to be able to make that, especially holding a pistol in one hand and a camera in the other. Yeah, this is it. This is that boulder I saw. Now, like I said, I'm always trying to keep an eye out for reptiles. Oh. Okay, no offense. Oh, wow. Great spot for reptiles. So, but these are interesting. Do you see that like sink spot? There's a couple of them. I can pretty well guess there's going to be snakes around here. Okay, give me 1 second. Unchambering. I don't like walking around with, a bullet in the chamber, even if I'm on safety. Stick that in my pocket. One little bend, could take the safety off. Not likely, but could. And then all it takes is me reaching in my pocket and a round goes off, right? Trying to make sure I'm not walking into a snake pit or something. Heard something big up there. It's probably a deer, but it could have just been a branch hitting the ground. Yeah, this is it. This is the, I mentioned a rock with a keyhole in it. If you watch an earlier video, you're going to see me talk about this keyhole. It's a very interesting rock formation, though, if you ask me. I don't see any snakes. If there aren't any fish. The formation is really interesting in here. I want to go further, but I have to admit I'm a little reluctant with how many snakes I've seen and all that. But hey, there's the keyhole. Let's see if I can give you a better shot of it. part of me I want to keep going. There are some water bugs in here. I don't see anything like even tadpoles, but there's some, coyote scat or something. With the water coming through here, it'd probably wash anything out like a tadpole, so I wouldn't expect to see any. And that's why we're not seeing any snakes. We're seeing bees, like eastern honeybees. Of course, I can't see any right off the top of my head at this point. That's really cool, that rock. Oh, there you go. Those might be hard to say what kind of bees those are. I ain't no bee expert. Clearly not a snake expert either. That I find interesting, that it looks like it sinks into it. But it could just be the way that it eroded. I mean, if you look at the striations from the erosion, isn't that wild? It's very cool. I'd love to go further. Oh yeah, here you go. So, here's the ledge that I was telling you about. Isn't this wild? Wow. So from here I can I don't think I want to stay around for that. But you can get a really interesting feel for the makeup of the area. That big rock right there, story and a half. Interesting. Oh, these are the steps. All right, well, I think I might tuck the phone away so I can keep one hand on this fossil. As I exit this place, it is good for me to keep an eye out for where the snakes are at. They're obviously hunters. So I'll have to kind of keep an eye out for his pools of water with fish in it. That's a cool rock. I see the couple fossils in it. Very worn out, but very cool nonetheless. Very hard to make them out, I suppose. Well, I'd say this was a pretty decent endeavor. Okay, I can see the snake already. He's still perched. He's happy not to be fucked with. And we're going to try not to fuck with him. Well, what do you guys think now? More fossils. There we are. Okay, so I see the fence there. Okay, that may not be on my property. Shoot. It looks like the fence just wraps up there. It's hard to say, I guess. None of these are exact, and they also cross-fenced. I don't think that's a cross-fence. That's pretty close to where I imagine the property line. Okay, that boulder just gave way, and I just smacked my finger. Oh, and I banged my knee. Okay, you guys okay? All right then. Let's try to keep our wits about us, all right? I'm trying not to step too close to where there's cracks and crevices in case there's snakes in them. Like that right there. Of course, he's there because of the fish. Keep the rock or not keep the rock? I have that plastic bottle up ahead. All right, I'm getting off. I'll just start the upload and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right? See ya.